I was waiting on a 1, 2, 3.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Hey guys, this is Chuck Wilson again, coming to you with another video on real estate. And today I'm joined by Clayton Watson from Citibank Mortgage, and we're going to be discussing about what we expect to happen coming up into the spring. And that's important to a lot of buyers right now and sellers, what is going on in the market. And so I'm getting the feeling, Clayton, that there's a little bit of optimism considering what we've been through with the summer and the feeding frenzy. What do you see going on in the market coming into the spring?
The answer is yes. What I would like to do is back up and give a little context to the picture though. Late October, early November is when we started seeing that peak or spike in interest rates. The markets got less liquid. You were paying lots of points for something that was, 7 to 7.5%. And, that's kind of behind us now. Through December and January, we've seen the mortgage market stabilize. They've been a lot less volatile than they had last year. Rates have come down considerably as well. Mm-hmm. We, as recently as the mid-January, we were in the 6.25 to 6.5 range for a 30-year fixed rate. And it continued going lower than that even through last week with the Fed meeting. Ultimately, it broke the 6% range. It got into the high fives for a day or two, and then it reversed a little bit. The jobs report came out pretty strong. I think there was something effective 515,000 new jobs reported. Mm-hmm. And so anyhow, the market said, okay, well then maybe we need to readjust this. But that being said, there is optimism, and I think it started with the stability in the mortgage markets. Mm-hmm. And there was also enough time passed where home prices rebalanced just a little bit. That being said, over the past 2 to 3 weeks, the number of phone calls that I've been fielding have increased dramatically. The number of pre-qual letters that I've been issuing has increased dramatically. There was 1 week that I issued more pre-qual letters on a Friday than I did all of December or all of November of last year. So that's definitely, it's anecdotal, but it feels optimistic. Mm-hmm. It feels like there are people who have been on the fence, and for a ton of different reasons, but they've been on the fence. And now they're saying, okay, things are kind of getting a little more stable. I want to start looking at what does this look like to buy a house, and that might even be a seller as well that needs to sell a house and wants to buy their next house, but they're getting some of that due diligence, they're getting the pre-qual letter, having those conversations with their realtors up front, because the spring selling season, if you will be starting here, pretty quickly.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
And so when would you say, anytime you're talking about buying a house, guys, you have two sides. You have the lender and the real estate agent working together, working in unison for the client, whether you're trying to buy a house. And so what do you see for the buyer coming up when he's trying to decide when should he buy?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that every year is different, but what we're seeing this year with the optimism, with the number of inquiries, everything that we just talked about, if I were to be a buyer in the spring selling season, I would be having my conversations with my lenders and my agents right now. Mm-hmm. We're in the first half of February, but before you know it, Valentine's Day and the end of the month are going to be here and gone, and the spring selling season is going to be kicking off in earnest. So, I don't know about every lender in town, but our policy is our pre-qual letters are good for 120 days.
Wow.
They've got to it's got to get you through closing. But that's still effectively a 90-day shopping window that you've got. So go ahead and get that pre-qual in place, so that way, as you find that right home for you, you're able to go ahead and execute on that and get that offer submitted quickly.
Right. Anytime you're looking at buying a house, you got to have a house to sell. So the question is, when is a good time for you to sell a house? If you're waiting on the value of your house to come back up, it hasn't gone down. It hasn't gone down since 2009. In the last 30 years, it's gone down once, which was 2009. So now is the time to sell your house. And guys, this is what we do. Clayton is finances of houses, and I find your house, and together we make your dream come true.
Absolutely, Chuck. I really appreciate you having me in here today. I am optimistic. I feel good. You know, you're going to feel that way for another month or two before we start seeing the results, but there's always that little bit of a lag time. And so use that time to put all of your different pieces in place so that way when it is time to move, you're ready to go.
And Clayton is always available. 120 days is a month longer than most of them are doing a pre-qualification letter. So Clayton, thank you.
Thank you, sir. And yeah, like Chuck said, if you'd like to reach out to myself or even him, the screen that you'll see right after this will have both of our contact info on there. Thank y'all and have a great day.